What's going on, you guys, and welcome to the Let's Play of Stranded Alien Dawn. Now, this Let's Play series is going to be focused around the military outpost. As you can see here, we have part of our labyrinth, if you will, in the beginnings of one. I want to have a couple entrances so that the bugs can have multiple paths. So this first path is going to be for the bugs that come from this direction. They'll obviously want to focus into this one, and hopefully they'll just path along. We have another path here for anything that's coming from this direction. I'm going to create another path for anything coming from this direction, and potentially one for anything coming this way. Then once that's done, I'll probably move this a little bit further out here, as there's plenty of room still. And that should be more than adequate. I don't think I'll need to add anything extra, but you never know. Okay, so like I said, that should be good for now. The only problem though is if anything comes from this way, obviously they're gonna just go right through it, like it's nothing. Whereas everything else, they have a little bit of a twist, a little bit of a turn. I wonder if they won't just bypass all this and just go for this route. Oh well. But this is the project for this video, you guys. Do I have the beds made? I don't. Okay, so I can't see anything. I can't see anything in my living room during the daytime. So let's see. Who does this bed belong to? There are no assigned beds. Okay. So I'm pretty sure once this wooden parapet gets built, the wood flooring here, they'll work on the beds. And then after that, I don't know. We've got this entire thing over here to build. You know what? This is what I'm gonna do. Oh, never mind. I'm not gonna grab you. I'm not gonna grab you either. Okay, handling campfire. No, you're not. Construct the bed. What are you doing? Oh, she's constructing ×3. Perfect. I didn't realize I could have them just go to something immediately. Oh, guys, that's a game changer. You know, I'm still learning. And, I would say that's a bit of an advanced trick. Huh. Triangle button. I gotta remember that more often. And so we have 3 beds made. This is going to be... Let's see, we have 2 male. This is going to be the combat specialist room. So that one was for Ember. This one's for Jack. And good for you, Ken. You're already going to the bed that I'm going to assign you to. And Ken. Alright, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to make some more beds. We're going to make 3 more. Put one there. Put one over here. And then one right there. Then let's go ahead and get Melody to craft the 3 stone beds. Did I just delete them? Just deleted them. Oops. Let's try this again. Oh, I think I know what the problem was. I didn't allow the resources to get to the bed. There we go. So let's deconstruct 3 of these beds. That one, this one, and this one. There we go. How is it that hot in there? You know, we're gonna take the current temperature down to a nice 70. 70 seems like a squared away number. Help lower the temperature during the heat and during, ooh, self-destruct mission. Yes, I love these things. You guys have no idea. Okay, so we're gonna send Rita. She has our highest intellect. I'm not sure what her physical is, however, she does have the chance of getting us an observation. So until we have them all, I'm going to continue to feed her into the balloon war machine. Not really a war machine, but we're going to feed her towards that goal. Now, this used to be Ken's job on our last playthrough. Ken was really, really good at this role. I mean, I felt that he could have done a little bit better. Honestly, I think the man was killing all the other people that he was supposed to be bringing back. Because every time he was just like, nope, sorry, they're dead. I'm gonna bury them and loot their bodies and bring it all back. The man's a murderer. I mean, first and foremost, he enjoys the sight of death. So that should tell you right there. Don't send him on a mission to go bring somebody back. Now, he did bring back 2 of Krista's sisters, and I think that's only because he was trying to get with Krista initially, and he thought it would be a good idea. Obviously, this is all, RNG, random coding, they do whatever they want, but, I like coming up with these weird, random backstories. So, yeah, Jack, he's a retired general, though he does go on a sad wander from time to time, so I'm not really sure if he was so much retired as forced to retire. He's losing out on some of his pension, hence the reason he's going out into the stars and donating himself to these military objectives, because he's just trying to gain favor to get the rest of his pension back. Sorry, I'm trying to get something out of my dishwasher, a coffee cup, so I can make some more coffee. And, yeah, stuff's falling all over the place. Sorry about that. Let's get this coffee brewed. Let's do a tall cup this time. Medium cup wasn't good enough. Alright, let's see what we got. Ooh, we got the power stuff. What's this? Hold on, there's more stuff here. I didn't even realize. Oh, you guys leave training. But, I'm going for the battery. I don't know about you guys, how you feel about the various researches that you can conduct, but one of my favorites is the battery upgrade. As you see, currently we only have 1,000 charge per battery, so you run out of power significantly faster at night. Now with that battery upgrade, these 2 essentially become 4. So it's a huge, huge boost. When you're gaining 100% extra of anything, that is definitely what you want to be going for. And for power, well, I think we're going to need it. And obviously having that power is always a good idea. I do want to have some of the drones again. And this little section of power here isn't quite what we had on the last playthrough, so I'm going to have to buff this up a bit. I might even utilize this section for just power generation. Who knows? We'll see. So we're under attack now, so let's go ahead and select our survivors. Select all, take them to the roof. Okay, I was like, why don't I see the 6th one? That's because Rita's out on a mission currently. She got us our nice battery optimization. But speaking of, let's go ahead and activate that now. Battery optimization. Now, those trying to play along with this Let's Play series, now there is one discerning factor that's going to make it a little bit different for you, and that's the missions and the animal attacks. Alright, so with the seed, you're going to get everything that I'm going to get through the missions. The seed is essentially what your game is going to be, where you land, what you're going to find, your starting researches, all that stuff. So that's what the seed is. And it's all just RNG, like I said. You can get the missions I'm getting, sometimes you won't. So If you don't get the missions I'm getting, you just keep waiting. You'll get them eventually. So if I'm getting ahead in some of the researches and whatnot, sometimes YouTube, they call it YouTube luck, but it's just RNG, you guys. Ooh, what are those? Those are some big mantis. Go ahead and speed this up. We have 1 mantis and 7 scarabs left to go. So sometimes you get that, what they like to call YouTube luck, but it's not really YouTube luck. When you're doing something over and over and over and over every single day, you're bound to get a good hand, just like in life. Sometimes you have good days, sometimes you have bad days. I don't see it as YouTube luck. I see it as just RNG favoring you for this specific outcome. Like I said, I've got days. If you guys watched the last 5 videos of the last series for this, the crash landing scenario, it was long. Just to get 7 people out of there, it took almost 5 videos, an hour each, almost 5 hours to get 7 people off that planet. Just absolutely ridiculous. And that was because we were getting a lot of the spaceships coming by and saying, sorry, we don't have room, or hey, would you like some resources? And I just wanted to get them off the planet. So we were averaging about 1 to 2 survivors per video, and it took a long time. Longer than I'd hoped anyway. Alright, so Ember's hurting. I'm not sure from what. Let's go ahead and pause and take a look, just in case there's something wrong with her. I can't see until she gets put in bed. Okay. The sleeping spot has been destroyed. That's not good. Oh, the show's probably going to break that one anyways. Go ahead and remove that. There we go. Now let me see what's going on with her. Immunity to pneumonia, but that's not what's wrong with her. Deep comatose. A few things to do. Stressed out. It's dark. Oh. Yeah, she's tired. Alright, let me see here. Now, since there's a few things to do, I'm going to snag up Lara. Once she transports the mushrooms to the storage area, I'm going to have her build a couple things. Okay, first and foremost, construct. You want some fun things to do? Here's a bench press. Here's a bench press. Here's a punching pole. Here's a didgeridoo. And here's some hand pans. Heck, I'll even throw in the shooting target while I'm at it. You guys want some stuff? Boom. Stuff. You're welcome. Now get back to work. Maximum efficiency. We don't have time to slack off here. Military's paying us to do a job. We don't have time to sleep. At least, that's the mentality that she needs to take. I mean, honestly, I haven't even been in the service. I've been out of the service for a really long time now, and I still look at that. Not really the military paying me, but working with a sense of urgency. And I have that outlook of I'll sleep when I die. So there's also that. Which is true, though. All you really need is about 6 hours, maybe 6 hours. And I'm surviving off 5. Last night I only got 3. My wife got 2. So the little one, she went to bed late and got up really early. We weren't able to do her therapy on Thursday, so she was extra excited to go do her therapy today. Almost like you were telling the kid, hey, we're going to Disneyland. You know how they go to bed late and they wake up really early with, excitement, anticipation. That was her. Woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Psychopath. Absolute lunatic, my child. See, are these available to build yet? No, they're not. Okay, I'm gonna build 2 more, just to prepare. I'll place one here, and I'm gonna place one here. Now, when I say just to prepare, I mean if we're able to get a 7th and an 8th individual, I want to have the beds available, and I'm not going to place them there. Just realized that's a really bad location. So instead, I'm gonna place them, might as well mirror the other side, and place one there. All right, let's construct the 4 beds. Really like this triangle button. It's so useful. I didn't realize that you could use it to make them build what you want to build. You know, I thought I had to pause things. You know, obviously they're going to build in a specific order, but I thought I had to pause things for them to go and build. Yeah, it's a game changer for me, honestly. And now when I want to have extra power, you know, I can just be like, boom, build this now. I don't need anything else, just build this right now. But you know, we're going to focus on the ceiling now. After these beds are crafted up, and Ember's sleeping, I'm going to make Ember build the flak cannons. She's burnt out, a few fun things to do. Well, that's where you're wrong. Construct those flak cannons. And I'm probably going to need some sort of power, so let's go over to the power pole and let's get a couple of them built. Now, I wonder if I can just... I'm gonna wait and see what happens first. But I'm almost certain that I'm gonna have to place some sort of power over here. I'm gonna use the pre-existing structure. I mean, these are running with power. And I don't see a power supply anywhere nearby. Besides right here, so maybe this one is touching this and it's just powering everything. We'll find out here in a moment. Yeah, it's just powering everything. Perfect. Alright, consumption. Ah, it's a beautiful thing to see you guys. Always, always go above and beyond with your power. Even if you're hurting on resources. You know, try and at least double production. I always say at least double. Now, triple is even better. Triple is phenomenal. You want to focus triple, but if you can't afford triple, double is the way to go. But no, definitely, if you can afford it, triple is, it's superior in every way. Now, 4 times power, that's just being wasteful. But 3 times power, during the nighttime, you'll see that those solar panels, they drop off. So we've just lost half our power. And once we start to get up there in power, like you want to match your solar and your wind. You want it to be some sort of balance as well. But when we get to, like, if you're doing double your power, once nighttime happens, you'll be at about consumption level, if not, above or below, depending on a couple factors, like if there's a heat wave, which will slow the speed of the windmill down. If there's a solar event, that'll, limit their effectiveness. If there's an eclipse, that'll limit the sun absorption rate of the solar panel. So there's a couple different things. So if you're about 2 times power, you'll be good, more or less. But when you're 3 times power, even when those events are happening, you'll still be about consumption rate, no matter what. So you'll never be in the deficit. You'll never have to worry about your power. Now, 4 times power, like I said, is a waste unless you're just constantly being bombarded with all of those various effects that I just told you about. You know, the solar events, the heat waves causing the windmills to slow down, eclipses, you know, all these various events that will affect your power. Now, 4 times you'll always be above your consumption rate. Well, if you're 4 times, yeah, you'll always be above your consumption rate, even in the worst of times. What is going on with these people? Why are they falling asleep so much? I thought I gave them a good schedule. And it's like they're sleeping in beds now, so... Ravenously hungry, few fun things to do, moderate pain, stressed out, it's dark. Really? Okay. You guys want some light? I got you. Ceiling light right in the middle of both of the base houses. There we go. And then in here, let's go ahead and place it like right... Well, let's place it by the door. There seems like a good spot. And then we need another light over here where they're eating. Put it behind over here. And that'll be the only light that I'm going to give them. I don't understand why they say there's only a few fun things to do. That's a lie. There's plenty of fun things to do. You're not repairing, you're going to build the statue. And yet another fun thing for them to do. And then you can go repair the shooting target. Feeding Jack. All right. And there we have it. Getting to work on the roof. Afterwards, they'll get to work on this, which... Just gonna move these to the back. I'm gonna just say screw it and put in more of the what's in this one? More of the storages. So that's leather, cloth. Well, you know what? That's not gonna be electronics. That's not going to be medicines. This is going to be electronics. And this is going to be electronics. That's going to be raw fabric and such. And I'm just going to finish off the connection between the two there. And then fabrics. Okay. So then there's that. Once they build these, I'll move these back and then place more storage. Now, since these are both going to be for electronics, I'm going to put my cores, fabricator matrix. What the heck's that? I'm going to put my CPUs and my cores over here. I'm going to put my electronics and the power cells on this side. And then I'm going to wait. Solar's getting some to eat. They're both constructing a ceiling, which is a decent bit. Am I missing any stone? Oh yeah, I am. Alright, so for stone, let's see what we have available. I know there's quite a bit of it over here. Select that, and might as well select this as well. Harvest that. Rock chunk. I said mine, thank you, and mine. And there we go. See how long I've been recording for? 24 minutes? Why does it seem longer? Seems like I've been recording for like 45 minutes. I guess it's because I'm tired. My brain isn't able to function. You know, it can't grasp time, I guess. God, I love coffee. I know you guys are probably sick of hearing it every single video. But if it wasn't for coffee, I probably wouldn't be doing this. recording, doing anything, honestly. And so we have a couple that are a little bit closer. I think we should be fine to harvest this one. Let's see if there's anything over here. Oh, there's lots of stuff over here right now. And it's dark, so I can't see a thing. Let's go back to base. So we have a little bit of food. What's my power consumption again? I've got plenty. All right, since I have plenty of power. I want to get these up so bad. But no, I have production to worry about in the form of 3D printer. Nope, sorry. I have something else to do. I have a soldering bench to work on. That's what it was. The soldering bench. And I'm going to put the advanced research bench here. I have Melody doing some research, but Rita, she has maxed out intelligence. So once we get onto the 3-day, 4-day, 5-day researches, I'm going to throw Rita on that second bench to assist. Hopefully make the timer go down on it. But we need the soldering bench. After the soldering bench, we'll be able to make those electronics, unless of course we just manage to find some. We got plenty of things around here we can harvest. I already grabbed that one. I thought about building down here, but they've been spawning like right down here, so I'm kind of holding off on that. I might utilize it another time, like maybe put an outpost down here, put a fob or something. One thing I found hilarious is that they spawned the enemies over here, and then they all just ran into the ocean and died. Or, sorry, not the ocean, they ran into the river and died. Was that the last video? The video before that? Not sure when, but it was recently. And I got a little chuckle out of it, not gonna lie, you guys. It was kind of funny. You'd think the game would be a little bit better at finding a spot to spawn them, but I'll take a free dub. I'll take a free win any day. Allowed my survivors to sleep in, do some construction work, and then I got to watch the bugs drown themselves, like I said. Now hopefully we get one of these electronics, because yeah, this needs to get built. That's all we're waiting on currently. Once the delivery drone gets built, it'll start moving all of the resources that are out there into here. And there's quite a bit out there, I'm sure. I'm almost fairly certain there are a ton of resources just waiting to be picked up. Like all this salvage that I'm getting. Let's see what kind of missions are available. Spaceship debris, armory. You know what? I'm gonna send Rita to the armory. And since we have the Flak cannons, you guys, we're just gonna let our people sleep. Send the bugs. I dare you. What's coming in with them, though? 7 overgrown, 2 huge purple mantis, which I need to research them, or at least observe them, and then 12 humming flies, which the humming flies are about to have a very rude awakening in the form of 2 Flak cannons. These things do not hold back. So if we can get those bugs to move on up here, it'd be great. Now, this also allows me to observe the flight pattern of these. So it looks like they'll just come up and over, which is really nice to see. Definitely going to have more Flak cannons up here. I'm going to wait to to grab everybody until after Rita goes on her expedition. However, I am going to grab Ken right now. Rita, where are you going? Where is Rita going? Oh, she must be grabbing food. Okay, so let's grab all, move them up here. And there's the purple mantis right on time. Unselect. Now let's go ahead and observe this so I can figure out what it is. What type of mantis. And then allocate some research. I want... Did I already complete it? Hold on. Oh, I guess when we unlocked it, it automatically researched. Or when did we research the battery optimization? I don't even remember. But regardless, we now have the battery optimization, which we're sitting on a lot more power. A lot more power. And that's... Oh no, that's... I'm sorry. I thought the mantis was called the Bone Crusher, but that was actually something we got from the expedition. And if memory serves right, the Bone Crusher is one of these flying pterodactyl-like birds that you see the shadow flying around right there. Right there. I don't know if I can see it. Oh, there it is. Right up there in the sky. Here it is. That's the Bone Crusher. That is the Scissor Hand Demolisher. Go ahead and butcher you. I thought I had fermentation barrels. Guess I was wrong. 4, 5, and a total of 6. And it's so hard to see in my living room. Jeez. So we're missing a ton of wood. Good Lord. Cut the trees. We only got a little bit of scrap. Should probably send Ken then. But honestly, I think the Bone Crusher was worth it. Just any kind of observation is exceedingly useful in this game. And that should be a decent start with the trees. We have our kitchen. I'm going to be moving the dining room to this section here. And that leaves a very large area right here for crafting. I'll probably throw the crafting right up against this back wall and make another room for it. That'll be the crafting room. Or alternatively, I can make this the dining room and have this be the craft room, as it's right next to the resources. And so that's the electronics done. Let's see here, go over to storage, get the wooden shelves. Oh, I can't do that until these are built. Okay, that's fine. Just stand by for now, I suppose. Wait for Rita to come back from this mission. Lara's doing some harvesting. Jack's doing some cutting. Ember's doing some mining, so they're doing exactly what they need to do. What's Ken doing? Ken's doing some salvage. Perfect. How's this coming along? 10 metal alloys. Do I have them? I have them. So, let's see. Who's nearby to do construction? Here we go. Melody. If you'd be so kind, I need you to construct the soldering bench for me. Thank you, Melody. And then, we don't have enough resources for all of this, but what we can do is done. Now, we're going to craft electronics, and we want at least until 10. Craft CPU cores, at least until 3. And then craft weapons, which we can't do because we need assembly cores, or power cell assemblies. Okay. So, we hit a bit of an impasse. We need to research power cell assembly, which it still shows that it's on that halftime. That's kind of cool. But I want freezers. And then power cell assembly. There we go. Now, honestly, no research. Don't need it yet. We need to get these electronics constructed. And to do that, I'm going to need the help of... where are they? The silicons. Let's harvest those up. And potentially make my own little field over here somewhere. Non-edibles. Nice! I forgot we had the synth plant. Alright, since this field is, one of the most useful since this plant is one of the most useful in the game, I'm going to make at least a substantial sized plot of it. And then let's go ahead and get some synth plant up in here. About there. And that's a decent little start. Now again, I'm going to probably be moving all of this out to here and over here, just anywhere but down here. I might put like trees and stuff down here. Alright, so they're nearly done with the roof here. Still a couple spots that need to be, hit with resources and then constructed. And then this will be completely done. I can't see anything else that I need. We already have an abundant stockpile, which is only going to grow here coming up. I just thought of something. My freezer space. We should be good with all of... Yeah, we should be good with enough space in here. Then after this, I'm going to put on a nice solar panel roof to top this place off. And then I might add like just a little raised platform around the edges. Put some flat cannons. Or alternatively, I'll leave a little perimeter like up here to put some flat cannons. But before we're able to go about the solar panel roofing, we have to upgrade this entire structure, all of it, to at least concrete. And I'm gonna wait until we get the carbon nanotubes, as that's the strongest material in the game, and I'll just upgrade this place to that. There's no point in wasting my stone on, making a ton of cement. That's a ton of stone I have to go out there and farm. Or I could get a couple of these harvest bots. Well, they're not harvest bots. I get a couple of these delivery drones. Get a couple. I call them the Air Force, but they're battle drones. Get these to go harvest the nests, or at least kill off everything so that I can then harvest the nest, as each node from this nest offers me 100 carbon nanotubes. So this one nest right here alone will net me 31 nest formations. Wow. That's 3,100 carbon nanotubes right there, just from one nest. That's pretty much majority of my building. At least half. That's the first floor completely done. That's just one nest. There's several large nests over there. So once we get that going, this is going to get upgraded, as well as all of this getting upgraded. Now let's go ahead and select some more of these leaves. See if there's any more about, which there are. Perfect. Go ahead and harvest. Now if you can't find, well, you should be able to find these, but if you've already harvested them and you're trying to find another source of silica, you can find it in the rocks. You know, it's rare, but you know, they do mix it in. Let's see if we can't find some over here. Nope, only rock chunk, but it would be called shiny rock if you don't have it researched. And yeah, I'm not seeing any over here. Is this it? Yeah, here we go, silicon deposit. So there is some a little ways away from base, but there is some. Yeah, that's a decent ways away from base. Good lord. Alright, but you don't have to worry about that, as we're going to have our own little farm of it. Still waiting on the fermentation barrels, mainly because we have a ton of wood that we need to farm. All we managed to do is knock out 1,000 of our almost 4,000 requirement. So let's go ahead and get some more going. We're going to cut down every tree in this entire valley. There they are. It's like I could hear them, but I couldn't see them. Now, if we had the battle drone, it would have came down here and just started annihilating these things. But we got to rely on Jack, Ember, and Ken. The only thing that sucks about relying on them to do combat is, you know, they're asleep. So while they're asleep, these little bugs are just eating all my food. Hurry up, daytime. They really need to hurry up with this ceiling. I'm getting tired of them just slowly whittling it down. Sorry about that lack of commentary there for a moment. My wife had to talk to me, and you know, I'd rather not share our life on the internet. I like to at least have some sort of privacy. I know, you know, recording and uploading, you know, you kind of can't get away with not having your internet, or not having your internet, not having your life shared on the internet. Sorry, my brain decides to only share half of what it was actually thinking. But, yeah, I know that it's inevitable, but if I can, I want to, you know, have some of my privacy intact. So hopefully we can get the rest of these look unconscious. Got Lara doing some fighting. What's going on over here? Why is Ken and... Why are they not fighting? They're supposed to be over here fighting. But instead, they're letting him eat all my food. There you go. Good job, Ken. Lord. How many are left? Just the 3, 2, 1. And tests are out of here. Nice, Ken got upgraded to level 8 combat. Get it, brother. I'm surprised he hasn't tried to work on any of these yet. No, honestly, I know why. Because they're still working on this. We're, what, 3 videos now working on this one structure? However, Melody is working on those electronics for us. Good job, Melody. She's gonna get this up and operational in no time. I just wish her crafting skills a little bit faster. That's all. What do we have for missions? Cargo pod, not interested. Armory bay, that'll get me some scraps. Let's go ahead and send Ken. I mean, this is a salvage mission, and the higher your physical, the more salvage you'll get. So we can sacrifice one expedition for Ken. No, ultimately we're still going to have Rita as our primary for the balloon, but there are some missions where Ken's just superior, and I need that salvage. I need the scraps. We have a ton of bear traps to build, an absolute ton of bear traps, and this is just the beginning. I'm probably going to extend it out a little bit further this way, extend it this way, you know, bring it around. Speaking of, a fortification. And then that one's going to go this way to about there. Trap. I'm building way beyond my means right now. Way beyond my means. And I'm going to have it snake back this way. And then fortification. Yeah, it's a start. Slowly but surely it's coming together. And then another thing I can do is I can run another parallel wall just to ensure that they go where I want them to go. Like that. Alright, so they're down here and they're angry. I'd be angry too if I had to walk all the way around this gigantic mountain range just to attack some puny humans that are going to end up killing me anyways. Oh, nice. We've got 2 of the electronics crafted. She's probably going to be in here crafting for a minute. Alright, so I'm going to select Rita. Once she gets done handling that furnace, do I have any wood on hand? I do. So I'm going to have her... No, I said Rita. And I'm going to have her construct the fermentation barrels. We need these available, especially for fuel, if I don't have any on hand. What's my fuel looking like? 41. Yeah, we need fuel. And definitely need that resource drone, because as you see, we got stuff that's just lying out here. But unfortunately, we still need 2 more electronics. They're getting done though. Where are these bugs at? It should be like right around here. There they are. There's the stragglers, which means they're probably about here. Okay, now's the time to grab everybody. Craft everyone to the roof. Get up there, people. Run! Run, Rita! Climb, Rita! Alright, so who has the weapons? That's right. Put you there. Ember's already right there. Where's Ken? Good sir, Ken? Ken. Why can't I see Ken? Oh, because Ken's on an expedition. That makes more sense. Why does Ember hurt like that? Oh, they're all down there now. People, are we gonna fight or what? I might have to restart it. They literally weren't doing anything. They're all just standing up here. Oh, why is it doing that? Hold on, I gotta restart this. What was going on with that? We'll start from here. Yeah, that makes no sense. Like, why would they just stand there? And then why was it, like, having me do special selections when I wasn't doing that? Oh, well. Alright, let's try and get this done the right way. I'm going to start by grabbing Ember. And have Ember construct the barrels. Yeah, that was so weird. Like, they weren't, like, fighting at all. They were just, like, literally standing there. And you know they were literally just standing there because we've had no problems up until right there. Like, no problems. And we've had more enemies, stronger enemies. So there was something going on. Alright, so we're going to craft antibiotics until we have 20. And then let's get some vegetables in our lives. We're going to craft until we got 100 of them. And I'll have 2 barrels crafting to 100. And I want to save these 3. So go ahead and pause the construction on those. Here we go. Now let's see, who needs armor? You're wearing armor. Lara needs armor. Okay, let's see, do I have any weapons? Ooh, give her a pulse rifle. Okay. Now I have 4 people with rifles. Butchering, starving hatchling. Ah, yes. It's already researched. So let's go ahead and cancel the harvest on those now. Are any of these built? Nope. Darn it. Melody, I swear. Draft all. And get them back to the roof. So Melody just has a pike. Lara's in a good position. Let me put my pike users over here to the side. Put you here. Put you here. You're just a pike user. Put you over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Place you right about there, actually. And speed up time. I'm going to select these two, however. Get them ready to combat anything down here. We still have these things coming. Ah, they're going to take down some of my power. That's fine. I can attack this one now. And that one. And this one. And then undraft. Pause and undraft. There we go. Now we should be fine. I hope. And Jack's bleeding a little bit. They're all bleeding a little bit. But they should be fine, I think. Now, so long as they get to healing. Now, let's see here. Healing Lara. I need you to heal. Where's Jack? Nope, already taken care of. Melody's getting taken care of. Jack's being taken care of. Alright, so that's it for this one, you guys. Unfortunately, some of my people got hurt, but they're going to be taken care of. You got Ken and Ember both healing. So, thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day. You guys take care, you stay safe, and I'll catch you in the next one.